my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
All right, everybody, I'm in my car driving, and I thought, you know, Hank Johnson, congressman from Georgia, he said some pretty typical but still nasty things about Trump over the weekend speaking at an event hosted by the NAACP celebrating the signing of the Emancipation Proclamation. And typical fashion, went through the laundry list against Trump, checking off those boxes of Democrat talking points. Trump's a racist, check. Trump's an anti-Semite, check. Trump's Hitler, check. You know, he said all the typical things that you hear from non-serious politicians and activists. Then he said something really kind of perplexing, even for this moron. He said that Trump supporters are less educated. He said that Trump supporters are dying faster, they're dying off, they're dying early. He said that they're dying from alcoholism, drug overdoses. Very well could be. People die from drug overdoses and alcoholism all the time, whether they're Democrat or Republican. But then he said that Trump supporters are dying from broken hearts due to economic despair. You dumb motherfucker, have you seen the unemployment rate? It's 3.7. Black unemployment rate is at an all-time low. Hispanic unemployment rate is an all-time low. If there's people out there not working, it's your supporters, you dumbass. It's the Democrat supporters and people voting this moron into office. People who are working are Republicans. They're getting up and going to work every day. They're not sitting out there with a handout. But I shouldn't probably pile on too much for old Hank. He's not the sharpest knife in a drawer. After all, he's the one that thinks that Guam will tip over if there's too many people on it.
Now, this is a island that at its widest level is 12 miles from shore to shore, and at its smallest level or smallest location, it's 7 miles between one shore and the other. Is that correct?
I don't have the exact dimensions, but to your point, sir, I think Guam is a small island.
Very small island, and about 24 miles, if I recall, long. So 24 miles long, about 7 miles wide at the least widest place on the island, and about 12 miles wide on the widest part of the island. And I don't know how many square miles that is. Do you happen to know?
I don't have that figure with me, sir. I can certainly supply it to you if you'd like.
Yeah, my fear is that the whole island will become so overly populated that it will tip over and capsize.
We don't anticipate that. The Guam population, I think, currently about 175,000, and again, with 8,000 Marines and their families, it's an addition of about 25,000 more into the population.
And also things like the environment, the sensitive areas of the environment, coral reefs and those kinds of things. And I know that, you know, lots of people don't like to think about that, but, you know, we didn't think about global warming either. And Now, we do have to think about it, and so I'm concerned from an environmental standpoint whether or not Guam is the best place to do this relocation, but it's actually the only place. Is that correct?
This is the best place. This is the farthest west U.S. territory that we own, and this is part of our nation. And in readdressing the forward presence and posture importance to Pacific Command, Guam is vital to this decision.